All right, who wants a shot? Quick shots.
What's up, everyone? It's Taylor here on behalf of Fantasy Football Intervention, back with another quick shot video for you. Look, we're all here for one reason, and that's to try to win some fantasy football championships. And I've got a guy to keep your eye on that could propel you down the stretch if you're a contender. Now, not the sexiest of names in fantasy, also not really a sleeper name, but I think he could be a league winner, and that's Raheem Mostert. Now, recall he got hot in the playoffs down the stretch last year, had 344 total yards and 5 touchdowns during San Francisco's playoff run. And then he's only played in 4 games so far this season due to injury. Now, week 1 started off hot, 151 total yards and a touchdown. Week 2 had over 100 yards and a touchdown on only 13 snaps before he got injured. Returns from injury week 5, 119 total yards. And then week 6 has 76 yards before getting injured early in the third quarter. So seemed to be well on his way to another 100-yard day. Now, interesting looking at his usage in those 4 games so far, pieces of 4 games at least. He's seen 12 targets, reeled in 11 of those for 150 yards. And Mostert wasn't the back that was used much as a pass catcher in the playoffs last year. So far, seeing him used as both a rusher and a pass catcher adds to his PPR appeal. Now, again, Mostert's been dealing with injury, ruled out for week 10 as well. They then have a week 11 bye, but after that, the schedule opens up big time. He's got the Rams, the Bills, Washington football team, Dallas, and Arizona. Some pretty juicy matchups there down the stretch, especially for fantasy football playoffs. You've got the Bills, who rank 32nd in PFF run defense grade, Cowboys 27th, Cards rank 25th in that specific metric. And the 49ers themselves do a great job. They are 3rd in the league, according to PFF, in run blocking grade. So there are some obvious advantages there working in Mostert's favor. And I think that Raheem Mostert slots in as the immediate starter again upon his return. I know there's an idea that it's a pretty crowded running back room, but in the games that Mostert's missed, there's really been no back that has established themselves as a major threat. We've seen weeks where Jerick McKinnon and Jeff Wilson split carries. We've seen weeks where McKinnon handled most of the load. We've seen weeks where Jeff Wilson handled the majority of the work. We had JaMychal Hasty week in week 8. And none of those guys has really taken off and grabbed a hold of that role. So let's not forget that Mostert, in a small sample size, is top 10 among running backs in fantasy points per game, ahead of guys like James Robinson, like Clyde Edwards-Helaire, like Joe Mixon, like Nick Chubb. He's been productive when he plays. He's got a nice schedule down the stretch, and I think he's a potential league winner. Now is the time to go buy some Raheem Mostert shares if you're a contender. It's the time of year where fantasy managers are desperate for wins to try to get into the playoff picture. And Mostert hasn't offered much for you lately. He's been injured, now ruled out week 10, bye week in week 11. You could be able to send a more immediate help to the Mostert owner and hold on to him and really reap the rewards of that soft schedule after the bye week. Now, if you're not contending, Raheem Mostert's not necessarily the dynasty asset that you want to go out and buy as a 28-year-old running back, but for those that are in the playoff hunt, he's the type of guy that can win you a league and won't cost you an arm and a leg. So go snag a Raheem Mostert share or two, win your league in 2020. Now, for more fire video content from the Fantasy Football Intervention team, check us out on YouTube, on our Fantasy Football Intervention channel, and also on Twitter at @joinourcircle_. Cheers and best of luck.